in listen-only mode.
Hi guys, and welcome to this week's webinar for Pixel. Still got a few people in, but I think it's a little bit early, so we might get a few more in. Sorry, we are, man. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, hi, it's Paul. I'd just like to say sorry to everyone for the delay. It's been a couple of weeks since we did one of these, but we both had sort of a vacation you had to go on. Kind of a vacation. Mine was a work vacation anyway. But yeah, we're back now, so hopefully we can get these going every week again now.
Yeah, we're on a holiday at the same time as Paul, and I came back to like a personal problem, so we couldn't do one last week. But we're going to be doing these again every week from now on. So
yeah, and hi, Kat. Kat says she missed us. Yeah, we missed you too.
Hi, Kat. So what we're going to do is going to wait a couple of minutes. Just make sure everybody can hear us all right. Give us a big yes if you can. And if everybody can see our screens.
Yeah, we've got yeses coming in.
Good. Okay, give it a couple of minutes, see if anybody else comes in before we start. What we're going to do is...
as usual... Sorry, Richard. As usual, we'll record this one and we'll put a Q&A up with the questions and answers. But I'll leave Richard to explain what he's doing this week.
Yeah. Okay, mate, thank you. What we're going to do this week is we're going to cover the new updates from Pixel, because we've had a few go in over the last couple of weeks, and we're going to talk about, what we've got coming. Obviously, this week was supposed to be our marketing marketing webinar, but we're going to have to do that next week instead. Excuse me, I've got to click off. So let's start off with if we've got any questions first, because we've been away long enough. So I'm hoping we've got a couple of questions to start with. Have we got any questions to...
No, there's nothing at the moment. So I think if you just quickly give a quick review of the changes that have been put in, Richard, that'll be fine.
Right, okay, mate. Right, first and foremost is the profile setting. Lots of people have been asking for this. It's finally in. So if you come up to, you'll see your profile name at the top, come across here to profile. You can change your details. We're adding some more here as well. And you'll see this thing for PayPal email. You don't need to fill that in at the moment. This is in ready and waiting for when we get our store put up, a storefront for you guys to be able to sell your creations in Pixel. So forget about that at the moment. The same as your company name. You don't have to really enter these in. They are just for when we get the store in. And you're going to see some more information there as well. So that's one of the additions that you've seen that's been added. Now, another addition that's been added is this little download section. Now, this download section, what you can do in this download section is when you request either a GIF or an MP4, so if we come to all graphics, and if we wanted this one as a, let's say a GIF, if we got a GIF and we clicked GIF, you'd see it be sent out as an email, but it would also drop down into this download area as well. Now, why we've done that is because a lot of people, because we're sending the email direct from the server, a lot of email companies like Hotmail and that kind of stuff, they kind of block server emails. So anybody who wasn't getting the email can now also download directly from here. Now, it's not instantaneous, because what happens when you click that button is it goes off into our, what we've actually created on the back end is our own kind of encoding system, if you like. And what that does, it encodes the HTML5 graphic, either makes it into a GIF or into an MP4. Now, you will find as we're doing this, because this is really, it's kind of a beta version. We're improving it all the time, and you'll have seen some improvements this week as it's been going on. We're adding improvements to the timings, to the way it creates the GIFs and the MP4s. It's not perfect yet by any means, but over the next 10 to 12 days, you will see. I'll tell you, just let me turn my emails off so not keep popping in every 2 minutes. You will see this become, really good piece of part of Pixel. But as I said, it is now only in beta. Now, so how long does it take for those to drop here? It can take anything from 5 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how heavy the back-end encoding system is, how many people are actually pushing out GIFs and MP4s there. Because obviously you can imagine to encode from an HTML5 into an MP4, what it has to do, it takes slides throughout that HTML5 and creates them into an MP4. So it's quite a big job. So it's by no means instantaneous. So it can, like I said, take anything from 5 to an hour to do. It's on the extreme an hour, but it's usually between 5 to 15 minutes. So that's there. And as I said, this is going to be improved, much more over the next couple of weeks. Now, but by what we're doing to it and what our coders are doing on the back end, you will be basically able to build a HTML5 graphic. And if you want, make it into a full MP4 movie. Now, at the moment, obviously, there's no sound on that. But over the next 10 to 14 days, we're going to add in the ability to add a soundtrack onto the back end of the MP4s that you're creating, and also into the HTML5 graphics. But as I said, that's going to come in the next couple of weeks. Now, one thing I've added into the all graphics section, if you haven't seen this, is what we've called the in-depth analytics. Now, this again has just been it was actually added yesterday. I asked them to add it so I could show it to you guys today. Now, this again is in beta. So, you have to bear with us while this gets, up to, obviously perfect. Now, but what this does, it actually lets you see. Let's get this up. This was working perfectly this morning when I tested it. Why does this all happen? Let's have a look. Right. Now, I tested this morning. It's working perfectly, but obviously you can see you must be adding some more code to the back end. So I can only tell you what this does. Now, what it does, it sorts it gives you a much in-depth look at your slides, how they're being viewed, what devices are being used by countries, which slides are getting the best clicks. If you've got multiple links, obviously in clicks, you can have, as many links as you wish, and it will actually show you which is the best links and which ones are getting clicked on the most. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try logging out and logging back in, see if that does anything. So that's been open quite a while, so. Let's see if that does anything. No, so it must be fixing this. As I said, this only went in last night, so it's kind of really new section to it. But with it, you can actually get a much more in-depth look at the at what your slides and what your click-through ratio, etc., is compared to, if you're doing like a comparison between 2 or 3 different slides in a campaign, you can see which one's working best and see which links working best, which slides working best. You can see where people's clicking through, etc. So I'm really sorry that I can't show you this working. I was really excited to show this to you because I asked them if they get it in, like I said, for today. I may have asked a little bit too early. I tested it this morning. It was working fine. It's showing everything on there. It gives you really nice graphs, and it looks really good. So I'm not sure why it's not now. But I will contact them as soon as I finish this webinar and ask them why. But if you probably look at this in the morning, you'll see it'll be all working fine. So that's what we've added as well. Let me think what else we've added since we've been away. I think that's it. Oh, we've added a ton more templates, right? Yep, we've added lots more templates. Right, so that's it. That's what we've added since we've been away. Really disappointed that I can't show you this working. It's really annoyed me, but there's nothing I can do about it. As I said, as soon as we finish the webinar, I'm going to get straight onto it. It should be back up and working in the next few hours. I'm sure it's just something pretty simple.
Yeah, hi Rich. John says that maybe we could provide links to see them. So I think as soon as we get it working and we put the replay up from the webinar, we'll try and get some
yeah, I mean,
screenshots or something.
We're working perfectly. It only actually went in like
I seen it working. I seen it working earlier today as well. So it's always just I've just tested it as well when you tested it then, and it's actually stopped on my machine as well. So they must be putting some more code in the back end now.
Yeah, so, I mean, I did actually rush him to get it up because I did ask him to get it in, obviously, for today so we could show it. So I probably maybe pushed him a little bit too quick, like to update it. But
yeah, hopefully it'll be working tomorrow anyway.
I mean, I'm sure it's just something that's either updating or, it'll probably be done by today. So.
Okay, cool.
Is there any more questions?
No, just Kat says don't stress. It's okay.
It's disappointing.
No, I've answered the other questions that we've had. There was only that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite disappointing because I did actually want to see it working. You know what I mean? I wanted everybody to see. Because the next half hour was kind of planned around that, so I'm not sure what to talk about now. Because obviously,
the other thing Ricardo said, I can't see the links in download section. So maybe you could just go in there and show people what's in downloads.
So. This is a download code. Did he say he can't see any of his own?
He says, I can't see the links in download section, is exactly what he says.
The links download is this section. But depending when he requested it, we were adding some coding over the last 2 days. So in the last 48 hours, there may have been a blip when these weren't added in. But as you can see, this one's from yesterday. So were requested one after another. They both went MP4 and GIF. I mean, I think they were requested 1536. I think they were requested about 20 minutes before they went in. So
so what Ricardo's what he's saying is that you can't get the GIF and the MP4 files because of that. So the only thing, unfortunately, because he's done it, it's been bad timing with him putting the code in. He will need to redo that and will appear them over.
Yeah. All he needs to do is just request them again. So if he goes into all graphics, and if he goes into the banners and download, clicks GIF or MP4. Now, as soon as you click GIF, if I can show you that. So if I go GIF, you'll see a little thing come down here on the left-hand side. It says he sent me an email. Now, what that does is once it's all encoded, it sends out the email and it adds it to the download section at the same time. Now, some people obviously won't get in those emails because they were coming from our server, and obviously they were being blocked by Outlook, etc. So nothing we could do about that. But as soon as that email goes out to say it's been added, you'll see it added in this section as well.
Okay, so what we'll say to Ricardo, if you can just request the GIF and the MP4, it should then come in. There's a couple more questions in there, Richard. John says maybe send us an email with sample links after the webinar. Sorry, John, could you just clarify what links you're talking about there, please? Because I don't quite understand. Which
Is
one are you asking?
the in-depth analytics one? I can't really. There's no way I can't do anything till it's fixed.
Yeah. So I think that's what you're talking about, John. Could you just clarify that, please? And also, Tim says, are the downloads our files we created or files we can download? My screen says 0 files.
Yeah, the files that you've actually created. So, for example, when you go into all graphics, and just like I've showed you there, when you go to download, you can choose how you download your files. They can be JPEGs, it can be PNGs, GIF, HTML5, or MP4. So you can download in any of those formats. Obviously, JPEG, PNG, and HTML5 all come down instantaneously because they're already done, already encoded. GIF and MP4 because they're animated slides, like an MP4 is a movie slide. They need to be fully encoded before they're downloaded, so they can't be done instantaneously. So what they need to be done is they get, obviously get encoded, and an email goes out. And as soon as the email goes out, they go into the download section. So they're actually your files, not someone else's. Only files you're seeing there are your files.
Okay. And Ricardo's saying, I did not receive any email after several times, but how long are you waiting for, Ricardo? If you're just requesting them now, they could take up to an hour if it's an MP4 that you're trying to request. I mean, how long have you actually waited for this? You said you've requested several times, but I think you just need to wait rather than clicking it.
The thing is as well, if you have graphic, and for example, if you say you're making this graphic into an MP4, if you request it multiple times, the same one, what it actually does, it backs up on your section of the encoding, so it kind of slows everything up. So all you need to do is request once. Now, if you see this, for example, I'll request this MP4. When you request it, you'll see this little green box pop down here. That means it's started to be encoded. Now, if you don't see the email come through, that means for some reason, it's getting blocked before it actually gets to you because it's coming from our server. But that doesn't matter. That's why we created the download section, so people who won't get the emails would be able to get them from this section. So, you would definitely, you could get one or the other kind of thing.
So Ricardo says he said, I saw the green message, but how long ago was that, Ricardo? That's what I'm more interested in. I mean, if it was only 5-10 minutes ago, we could still have to wait another 50 minutes, yeah.
I mean, in fact, what I'll do is I'll start my email account and I'll see how long it takes for those to come in, if you like. Just don't want to be...
And John says the sample links with demo results is what he's talking about.
Sorry?
John said sample links with demo results. I still don't understand what you're talking about there, John. I'm sorry.
Are you talking about
sample links? Are you talking? Yeah, sorry. Are you talking about the analytics? What are we actually talking about here, John? Sorry, you've sort of lost me a little bit there.
It's not. I can't actually show you this section because obviously they're either doing something on the back end to it or they're adding some code or something. So I can't actually show you. So I can't really show you anything that I obviously wanted to show you here because obviously, I mean, once you get it, if you look in here tomorrow morning, I'm pretty sure this is going to be all working fine as it was this morning. But what you will see here, you'll see impressions. You click through a ratio, so it works it out. It's pretty simple. You'll see your top 10 countries. So what you'll see is the top 10 countries who have viewed your ad. Impressions by device type. So obviously that's mobile, desktop, iPad, whatever. So you can actually see, which ads working best on which device. And this one slides sorted by clicks. So if you have, for example, 10 slides, you'll see which slide out of those 10 gets the most clicks. So you may find that, slide 7 out of the 10 gets the most clicks. And obviously, if you can find that out and find out which of those slides are working best, you can take that, concept what you've developed in that advertisement and duplicate it to more ads. Impressions and clicks, again, this will show you a big graph comparing all your impressions and clicks, like it will when it's working. And top links clicked, as I said, I mean, with Pixel, you can add multiple links into it. So as you can see here, like you've got your different slides. If I go back to what I said, like 10 different slides, each slide may have a link on or may even have 2 links on. So you could see on each individual slide which call to action is working best. So if you've got 2 call to action on one slide, one might be working, 80% better than the other one. So, either needs making better or changing or etc. So, but this in-depth analytics gives you a much more, in-depth look at how and well your ads are performing. And like, obviously you can compare it the last 7 days, yesterday, and the full month. So as I said, I really, really was looking forward to showing you that, but, as these things are. Have you got any more questions?
No, I've answered most of the questions at the moment. I mean, John said if it was possible, if you had time, maybe you could record a video once it's working and maybe mail that out to the guys showing it.
Oh yeah, I mean, what I wanted to do is I wanted to obviously show everybody on this webinar first, so you got the first look at it. Then I was actually going to record a tutorial how to use it, what to look for, etc.
Okay.
And add that into the members area anyway. So that'll be in there anyway. It's just that obviously I want to show you it live.
Okay, cool.
So nothing else? No other questions? No.
No, I've got all the other questions answered at the moment. Unless anyone else has any questions they want to look at, anything they've got any issues with. Ricardo says don't worry today.
I'll tell you what, we're only doing 20 minutes, so let's talk. You want to talk a bit about marketing and let's get some marketing questions going?
Yeah, I think what I'd like to do for the marketing one, we'll do a full marketing one next week. And what I think I'll probably do is push out like a survey asking for questions as what people want to learn off it. But if anybody's on the call now who wants anything specific to learn from marketing,
yeah.
If you want to drop us, fire some questions at us now, or tell us what it is you're interested in, and we will go away and make sure next week when we come on, we'll be able to answer it and show you how we do things anyway, and what we've learned in the years that we've been doing it. So if anyone has got any questions that's here on the call now, or anything they want to learn to do with marketing, then fire away.
Yeah, and what kind of topics would you like to learn about? I mean, retargeting, Facebook ads, funnels,
Yeah. Paid traffic, ad networks, whatever you want to know. Everyone's gone quiet now. Yeah, I think we'll just go with what we were going to do, Richard. So we'll just stick with doing the Facebook ads, and we'll do the retargeting as well.
Right. Getting clients. Tell me what they are. Yeah. Getting clients.
Yeah, that's right, Chuck. That's the best answer, I think.
I mean, getting
clients it's different. Yeah, well, what I was going to say there, you've got quite different ways. If you're talking about getting clients offline, or whether you're talking about pulling clients in online, and depending on what your business is, I think, for what sort of clients you want to get and where you will get them from.
I mean, none of us work in an offline environment, so I mean, we may not be the best people there. I mean,
if you're talking about we could probably point you in the right direction. I would have thought so, but I mean, for us personally, we do everything online. We don't do any offline work. But if you talk about getting online clients, I mean, yeah, there is ways it can be done.
Okay. What about retargeting? Does anybody do retargeting? Does anybody retarget?
Ken said local clients, so it's not really our forte, isn't that? But if they leave it with us, we could maybe get a guest to speak one time on that. I've got someone in mind who might come on and help us.
Yeah, I mean, it's no good. I can't advise. I don't want to give it.
I wouldn't want to give advice on that. I wouldn't feel comfortable with it. But I can have a word with a couple of people who do local marketing, see if they'll come on one week.
Yeah.
Can't promise it, but I can ask. Yeah, that's a good question, actually, Richard. I mean, is anybody on the call at the moment using retargeting at all for any of their marketing? Karen says no. Getting ready to, says Kat. Yes, says Gary. That's cool, so we've got 3. Like a yes, maybe, and a no. So that's good. Yeah, so well, Richard's got a lot of experience with retargeting, been doing it for years, and Gary says he does it all the time. That's great, Gary. Wise man. And when you get it right, it is very good.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we're looking at with Pixel, obviously, like Paul just said, I retarget all the time. Everything I send. Obviously, because it's a HTML5 creator, so we can, drop bits of code inside it. So what we're trying to look at is being able to drop a retargeting pixel inside the graphics, so we can start retargeting people, who are viewing the ads. I don't know if that would be of interest to people.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be massive if once we can get that working properly. I think it's a huge thing because people they could put a banner ad anywhere they want, and anyone that comes to that, they don't need to own the sites to retarget from that.
No.
So it'd be quite powerful once we get that. And we've got another little thing that I'm not going to disclose that as of today, but I'm in talks with another company at the moment about maybe teaming up and doing something that's quite groundbreaking as well, using our Pixel app, which hopefully in the next couple of weeks I might be able to announce something about that, but I don't want to jeopardise it before we actually do it. But it's a similar sort of thing.
I mean, let me give you a quick peek inside my retargeting. Oh, the other one, just a second. One of my retargeting accounts. You can see the value of retargeting. Now, as you can see, this is one of our retargeting accounts. This is running July, so it's last month. You can see we served 190,000 impressions, which is quite a lot of impressions. I'm sure you'll agree in a month. And out of those 190,000 impressions, we got 1,684 clicks back to the site. So, and it cost us $477.81, and we ended up with a revenue of $3,500. And that's all from customers who's already visited your site. So anybody who isn't retargeting should be, definitely thinking about it.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like 7 times your outlay basically, and there are already people that have already been and looked at it once and decided at the first time they weren't going to buy, but when you retarget them, you can see you can get 7 times the amount of money back.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, sometimes it takes me 3 or 4 times to view an advertisement. I'm not talking about in IM, but if I'm looking to buy something 3 or 4 times to make my mind up.
Well, there is the 7 time rule, really, isn't there? I mean, I know for a fact. I mean, I quite often, if I'm looking at something, I'm quite ready to buy it, but then maybe the doorbell goes or the phone rings, and then it just so happens that it slips away until someone reminds me about it, or someone retargets me 2 days later, then I might go back and buy it. But if they didn't do the retargeting, I'd probably forget about it sometimes. It does happen. I think it happens to a lot of people as well. So it's something people should really be looking at, retargeting, if they're not doing it.
Yeah, because all them people who view, if you don't retarget them, everyone's a lost customer. You just see from that what I've just showed you is, you've got 1,600 clicks back to the site, and all those people are already in your niche. So if you're doing IM, for example, if you retarget them, you know for a fact all those people who've visited your sites are interested in what you're selling. So.
Yeah, and that's an important thing that people need to understand. I mean, when you're retargeting, once you've got them once, you're not just having to retarget them for what they came to look at. Then people have been to look at maybe one product, but because they're in that niche, you've then got them in your retarget account forever, and you can retarget anything you want back to them. So
yeah, exactly.
Every time you've got another product that's in the same niche, you've got these people there that you can display your ads to. So it's very powerful.
Yeah. I mean,
by everybody.
yeah, I mean, like Paul said, I mean, a retargeting list works just like an email account, an email list, because those people are cookied for as long as they keep those cookies on the site, so you can retarget them over and over and over and over again. Obviously, you want to keep your ads in the same niche because obviously that's what they're interested in. But the click through ratio is very good. I don't know who was it who said that he did retargeting. Oh, Gary.
Yeah, Gary says he does it all the time, and it cuts his cost drastically, which is correct.
What do you actually use, Gary? If you don't mind me asking, what do you use?
Yeah. If you want to just say what niche is it you're in, Gary, and what do you actually use for your retargeting? If you don't mind sharing that.
I mean, I know a lot of people do actually use Facebook, but the one that I showed you, Perfect Audience, if I'll go back to that, in fact, and I'll just make sure they still do before I actually tell you something that's wrong. Yep, that's it. Yeah, if you use Perfect Audience, if you can see here, you can try it out today, totally free, and you get $100 credit. So they'll put $100 in your account to start retargeting your customers.
And what's important to know about Perfect Audience is they get the cost. I found that the cost of the Facebook ads through Perfect Audience were actually cheaper than Facebook, which might sound absolutely insane to everybody.
Yeah.
I think what it is, I mean, this is just my own perception of this, is I think they must buy huge blocks at a time with rate, because the ads that run on Facebook through Perfect Audience are actually cheaper than doing it on Facebook, which I know it sounds crazy, but it is true. It does happen. And Gary's just said that he uses Facebook ads and Google. So, I mean, if you've never tried Perfect Audience, Gary, I'd highly recommend you just having a 14-day free trial, getting $100 off them, and running the same Facebook campaign through Perfect Audience as what you would do in Facebook, and you'll probably find it's cheaper.
Yeah, and I mean,
I'm just guessing at that.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing as well I found, as you found out, didn't you, Paul? Facebook do, they can shut your ad account down, for almost no reason.
Yeah, I've had them shut down. I've had them shut down last week.
And what Perfect Audience does, it gives you a buffer between yourself and Facebook, so you can never, ever get shut down. So I'm not selling it. I'm just telling you it's something that I actually use. So.
Yeah, it's something that we use. So I mean, it's just sharing what we use on a daily basis.
But they do
tried quite a few things.
I think when I joined up, they gave me a $60 free credit, so it's $100 now. So
yeah, Gary's saying that he used pennies.
I think he means pennies. Yeah, it's pennies to retarget.
Okay, pennies to retarget. And what he's saying is Google shut me down twice. Okay. Yeah, I think if somebody hasn't been shut down with a Facebook account or a Google account, then they're probably not using it aggressively enough. I think you need to be shut down once to prove that you're actually using it.
Right. So has anybody got any suggestions what they'd like to see us talk about with marketing? What, quite specific, and we can start getting some information together for you.
Chuck wants it all, so that's a good start, isn't it?
What niches do people work in? That would give us a good start.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. If people don't mind, I mean, what sort of niches are you working in? Is it people working in internet marketing, or are you into dieting, or if you just let us know any sort of niches as well, because we do have a couple of other niches that we work in outside of IM as well. So Gary's doing MLM networking.
Right, it's something I've never done.
Social media marketing from Wendy and bootstrapping. Kat is putting together her own local business design and marketing business. Okay, this is cool.
All right, yeah, so you've got quite a good cross range there. Yeah, so what we need to know is what we need to talk about, what you guys are.
Well, what I'll do this week, Richard, I'll put a survey together and I'll mail it out to everybody. And if people, I'll make it very simple. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll throw in a free gift for everyone who completes it as well. We'll get a free plugin or something. We'll come up with something. I'll put a survey together and we'll give a free gift to everybody who completes it, to these people who fill it, and then give us some feedback.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's good, mate. Yeah. Then get shut down. Not a Facebook timeline.
Yes, that's correct, Wolfgang. I mean, my Facebook ad account was the one that got shut down, but it hasn't affected anything to do with my Facebook or my Facebook business account. Well, I say it was a business account anyway, but it's the actual ad account that gets shut down. You can just open up another one. It's not a massive deal, to be quite honest with you. The only thing is you lose the...
No, yeah. I mean, one thing I would recommend to anybody is to get a Facebook business account. I mean, and that's what I mean. Like Paul said, we work in different niches. I mean, I've got an e-com survival business, and I use a business account for that. And although it's a totally different niche to I am, like it's, I don't have any problems at all with that. I would recommend if anybody has a business account. I mean, anybody uses Facebook for marketing, get a business account, get your pages under your business account. And it's easier then once you've got all them under there, it's easier to create things like custom audiences and
Yeah.
I mean, we can talk about that as well. I mean, I can't dive in now, but I can definitely put together some.
Yeah, I think Facebook. I mean, because at the end of the day, Facebook's the most popular thing out there, and obviously you know it pretty well with all the stuff you've done with the survival niche. I think it's a thing that we can both talk about quite comfortably. Facebook, so and everybody, I think, is using it in some way or another.
Yeah, it's definitely much more. Like Gary said, it's definitely much more freedom in a business account. You've got a lot more freedom. If you kind of use it as a business to do, you've got more leeway. To treat you as a business.
Kat said, "Oh my guys, you give more free gifts than anyone I've ever seen. I can't even keep up." Sorry, Kat, but I was just to bribe everyone to actually answer the survey. I thought of that. Gary's saying there's much more freedom in a business account.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I mean, you run any pages, you run groups and everything like that. You need them under a Facebook account, a business Facebook account, and it's just a lot easier to take it forward. You know what I mean? Because obviously, when you're doing ads, and I mean, I found out it was a mistake I made because everybody makes a mistake now and then. I mean, what I did, I kept obviously when I set my survival ecom business up, I set it all up under the business account, business Facebook account, but I kept one of my pages out, and it was a really popular page. It got 30,000 likes, a lot of engagement, but I didn't have it in the Facebook business account. So even though I was the actual owner of it, but it wasn't under my Facebook account, I could never create custom audiences. So I had to get Facebook to actually switch it across into my business account so I could actually create custom audiences and start targeting them engaged users. So, yeah. Any more questions?
Cool. No, I think we've caught up with all of them now.
Okay, so we're looking at retargeting, we're looking at Facebook, email marketing. Does anybody do email marketing?
Yeah, that's a good point. Does any of you guys use like an email service provider, like an autoresponder or anything like that? Do you do any email marketing, any of you guys?
Yeah, Wendy says she does.
Yeah, Wendy does. So yeah, we can share quite a lot on that.
Yeah, we've got a lot on email marketing. We could probably do 2 or 3 webinars on that. So
yeah, we could.
So we've got email marketing. Let's think what else.
I think if we just stick to 3 subjects for the first webinar, and if it runs over, because I know for a fact we could talk forever about email marketing, we could talk forever about Facebook as well. So it'd be enough to keep us going. I'm sure we'll trigger a few questions and we'll go off on tangents from that anyway. So I think if we just stick with them 3 to begin with, if anyone wants anything else, we can look at doing another one later.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So that would be good. Like, so which one shall we start with? Shall we start with email marketing?
Yeah, Cameron says she does email, and Kat saying she will be eventually. So yeah, we've got a few tips and tricks with that as well. I might just a quick interest here with people. I mean, is anyone using push notifications? Has anyone tried it?
No.
Silence again. Okay, cool. See, it's something I think people will start to use a lot more in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen really good returns on push notifications, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing amazing results from the push notifications that are coming back. So Kat says we'll be doing that too, just getting everything together. Yeah, well, I've got some good tips and tricks for you, Kat, with that. And I'm actually at the moment, I've been lucky enough, been asked to do a beta testing and be the first person to test a new one to market, which is called Let Reach, which I've been testing now for about 3 weeks. And I've been given the first chance to promote it as well. So I'll be looking at doing a big case study for that. But it's been amazing. I mean, the results I've been getting from that have been outstanding, haven't they, Richard?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're putting that to market at the end of next month. I think it's going to go out to the general public, I think. But I'm hoping I'll be able to promote that to a few people and get some good deals on that. So I've been testing it hard for them, so they sort of owe me a little bit of a favour. So I'm hoping I can get some good discount for any of our customers if they're interested in it. But the results I've been getting off that have been superb. So
Yeah.
hopefully, if you watch out for that, but I'm not sure when it'll be, to be quite honest with you. I think in about 2 or 3 weeks, I might have a case study ready to show people what I've been doing over the last month and that, and you'll be able to see the results I've got. But I'm actually over the moon with it. I think it's fantastic. And it's something I'm hoping we can eventually, one day, we can bring it into Pixel as well. Hopefully, we can, Richard. I think.
I mean, with the push notification, yeah, definitely we could bring it to Pixel. With the push notifications, I mean, even though my push notifications list is not as big as my email list, I'm getting like anything between 25-35% in clicks. So that's like 1 in 3 people clicking on my.
Yeah. The last I ran 2 yesterday, and I was off one that was 21%, and the other one was about 28%.
Yeah.
So it's like 1 in 4 people clicking through to the offers. So, yeah.
I mean, even if you've got only a small audience, it's pretty easy to make, get traffic back. So it's definitely something to look at. If you don't use push notifications, definitely something you should be, looking at to do in future. Because a lot of free accounts out there as well, So
Yeah, that's what I've sourced out a couple where I could share them with people where you can get like a 2,000 subscriber list for free, and you can get it on one account, and another account you get 500 subscribers for free, and it's totally free. You don't have to pay anything ever. And you've got 2,500 people you can actually promote to then. So anybody who's doing any kind of marketing, you should be looking at picking up things like this and testing. Obviously, once you start going to bigger numbers and that, you're going to have to pay, but you can use the smaller accounts like that to actually test it and get your head around it and get it working and learn how to use it.
yeah,
So,
it's definitely something you should be looking at doing.
Sorry, Wendy said, what was that question again? You got fuzzy. I think we were just talking about push notifications, Wendy. I think. I don't know at what point we got fuzzy.
So I think so. Yeah, we can do Facebook ads. Building Facebook traffic and email marketing and doing a bit of retargeting, because it all fits together quite nicely.
Yeah, I think that's fine. That's what we'll do for the marketing one. We'll aim to do that next week.
I mean, does anybody buy traffic on here? Does anybody pay for advertisements?
Wolfgang's got to go. See you next week, Wolfgang. Thanks for turning up.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Wendy's saying I do Facebook ads, but not many so far.
Right, okay. Okay, so that's another thing we can look at in future, because I mean, you need to know what you're doing with them, but we can, share some case studies, what we're doing.
Yeah. I think the one thing I've learned from doing Facebook ads is basically just start off small until you actually get it right, and then ramp it up after that. Don't try and dive in with lots of money. And everyone I've spoken to who's done really well with it always starts off with a very small amount until they get it right.
Yeah. I mean, Karen says she don't use Facebook ads. I mean, there's lots of other places to buy traffic from, like Twitter. I mean, it's a very, very underlooked marketplace, is Twitter. And it's actually quite a bit cheaper than Facebook ads. I did a lot of experimenting with it at the beginning of the year and found it profitable. I kind of dropped over the last couple of months, but I am going to restart it for my survival stuff. So we can do some cases.
Yeah, and what people need to remember is that Facebook ads have gone up 300% in the last year.
Yeah.
which is quite startling really when you look at it. It's actually more than that, but it's quite startling when you look at the statistics where there's a lot of things like Twitter haven't gone up anywhere near that.
There's a lot of places out there you can, buy good traffic from. YouTube traffic, yeah, it's not really my niche, but we definitely.
It's very powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful. It's just need to
We
find.
know a couple of people who are doing very well with YouTube traffic, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, definitely something we could look at. But yeah, yeah, it is one of the cheapest. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we found out. I mean, is it 18 months ago when we talked about YouTube traffic, and it's one of those things we've never actually done. We always tell people to take action, and it's kind of something.
Yeah, it's something we should actually. We keep saying we're going to do it. We actually haven't, have we? So it's something we should really look at doing as well. Yeah, that's it's well said. Ivan said that not many people like making the videos. But, you don't really actually need to anymore. You can get YouTube traffic without actually making the videos.
Yeah, because you actually buy the traffic over the video that belongs to somebody else. So
yeah.
It's finding videos that have enough traffic that are open to you for you to advertise on, and that you can actually get unless another marketer's already got them.
Yeah, there is a couple of good pieces of software that are doing that now, isn't there? We've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in one that I use, but like I said, it's something I've never ever took action on. As you really should.
Yeah, Gary's made a good point there that the Facebook algorithms are kind to you based on your engagement on your page. I pay very little per click, and our network pays even less.
Yeah,
which is right.
Yeah,
it's totally right, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, my Facebook survival page, I pay it's pennies on that.
Yeah, I've seen the numbers. You pay nothing on that.
Yeah. But I mean, if for a straight ad like internet marketing, it's going to cost me a lot of money.
Yeah, that's the thing. Internet marketing on Facebook is very expensive. But a lot of people here are probably in different niches, which is a good thing.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, definitely. Okay, any more questions?
I think we've maxed out now with the questions. I think we're all done. Okay, guys. So this is probably a bit of a shorter one than normal because we have been away and there's actually not as many people on here. But we'll try and ramp it up again next week. We'll get the marketing one set up. Obviously, anything to do with Pixel again next week, and hopefully we might have a lot more things to show you as well.
What I mean, because what about with Pixel? We do why don't we merge the two together? Why don't we do 20 minutes of Pixel just showing what's coming or showing what's been done, then go into the marketing, for an hour?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, we might run a little bit longer next week. I don't mind that either. I think what will happen with the marketing, Rich, is that as soon as we start opening up a couple of things, we'll start getting a lot of questions and go off on a tangent with quite a few things with the marketing, to be honest with you. Yeah. But I'm happy with that. I have no issues next week. I can do it for as long as we need.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wendy's saying, are we going to go back to the weekly webinars now? Yeah. Hoping at least once a week now. We're both back for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. I mean, shall we try and keep them for Thursday? Because Thursday is my best day if possible. I can just.
Yeah, easy. Any day is good for me. So whatever suits everyone else. But I know we've had a few people asking if we could do them at different times actually, because obviously it's hard to make everyone around the world happy at the same time. We do put the replays in, but at some point we will have to do one at a bit of a crazy time to help the people that are in Southeast Asia and Australia and places like that, because I've had a few not complaints, but a few people asking if it's possible to change the start times. But most of our customers are in America, Canada, so we do try and make it fit there better, but we will have to change the time at some point.
Yeah. Only time we won't be doing any over the next few weeks is the time, because there's a marketing conference in Las Vegas. So that week we will be out of action, which is the end of September. So it's quite a few weeks yet.
Yeah, what we could probably do, I was thinking about that, we'll probably do one.
We could do one from live from show, because that's a Thursday night.
I was actually going to say, why don't we just do one live from Vegas? Because we're at a marketing event in Las Vegas, so we're both going to be there. We could probably do that on the Thursday night, couldn't we?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I'd happily do it. Well, let's just see. If not, we'll do it when we get back. So, I mean, I'm only away in Vegas for 6 days, so it's not actually quite a week.
I just
Yeah, I'll happily. I'd do one from Vegas if you want to do that.
yeah, definitely, yeah. And just a question from Ivan's just coming, Ivan Lopez. He says, came in a bit late. Did you announce when the market would be opening roughly? No, I don't want to put a date on it because, I mean, as you can see, we've already started kind of building certain sections into this that's kind of building up, like, for example, a PayPal email, your company name, title. These are all to do with the market that we're building. But I don't want to put a date on it because I don't want people to be disappointed. So till I know it's in a beta, I don't want to give a date till I know that's, probably I've got it 2 weeks out. So I'm hoping to have it done by October and it to be running for you guys in October. Hopefully sooner, but I would say somewhere in October.
Okay.
Because we need to test it. We don't want to put it. I mean, it's not like the code that we're adding into the back end. Obviously, like this code, for example, we've got this problem.
It's a whole new module, isn't it? That's basically what you have to remember. It's nothing to do with what's already there. It's a whole new module. So
it's also going to be
a big job.
It's also going to be outside, what you guys can see. So you'll actually, there's other people going to be involved. So we don't want to put it out there till it's 100%.
The target date, going back to what Ivan said, I mean, he said when it would be opening roughly. I mean, the target date is October, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in October. If we can get it done before then, we will. But it is October.
But you can never guarantee anything to do with code.
I did. Like I said, I had a whole half-hour presentation planned on this, and then it wasn't going to work. But
yeah. Okay, thanks everyone for coming, and there's a few good messages from people saying they're glad we're back and they'll see us next week. So thanks for that, everybody, and it's great to see everyone back. And yeah, hopefully we'll get this running again on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And like we said before, we're always open for if you have anything you specifically want us to talk about. We're always happy to hear your suggestions, what you want us to talk about. If you give us them up the week before, then it gives us time to really give you some value back the following week. But yeah, so if anyone has any suggestions, you can always, if you come up with something during the week, not on a webinar, and you want something for us to cover, then just drop it into the support desk, and we'll pick it up and try and talk about it when we do the next webinar.
Yep, definitely. Okay,
guys. So thanks a lot for coming along again, and I hope to see you all next week.
Yeah, thank you very much. See you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.